There are some other things to consider when using the crop tool in Photoshop. Look at the tool options at the top left-hand corner of your screen. First of all, you can work in different aspect ratio modes. If you're working in the unconstrained mode, this means you can click and drag and make your height and width whatever ratio you want it to be. If you choose one of these other ratio styles, this will constrain your height and width to be whatever size that's chosen. So if you need your photo to fit a 5x7 card or an 8.5x11, this is a great and easy way of doing it. So let's choose 4x3. Now if I was to change the size of my crop, it's automatically going to keep it in that 4 inches high and 3 inches wide ratio, no matter what size that I create it. If you wanted to type in a custom size, you can do so in these two boxes right here. So if I needed something to be exactly 1 inch by 3 inches or 5 inches, I can now crop to that size as well. Additionally, you can see that you can rotate your crop. So don't think that things have to be exactly aligned. You can rotate it, and if I hit return, you can see it'll automatically rotate my canvas appropriately as well. Let's undo that. I'll hit escape to not lock in any particular one. The final thing to do is to set a specific size and resolution. An important thing to remember, when you're cropping, you're not changing the size of your document. You're simply cropping out an area that you want to keep or not keep. If you do want to change the size and resolution while you're cropping, choose this, and this will ask you to type in a specific size that you want. So if I do want it to be 3 inches by 5 inches, and to change my resolution to 300, and we say OK, it'll constrain my proportions to 3x5, or if I wanted to swap these out, I can hit the little rotate icon and it'll go 5x3. Choose this, and when I hit return, it automatically resizes this to be 3x5. I can check this by going to my image size, and you can see there's 5x3 by 300 pixels. Let's undo that and back out. The next set of rules to know is you can straighten an image very easily by choosing the straighten tool. With this button, you can click and drag along an edge, and it will automatically rotate your cropped box to fit that particular rotation. You could then move it around as necessary. If you wanted to change the guidelines within here, right now I have everything as rule of thirds. You can view either as rule of thirds, a grid, triangle, golden ratio, whatever you need. If you wanted to further customize how the crop tool works, you can work in classic mode as I'm working now, or unclassic mode will automatically have everything aligned to the center and show you a preview of what the pixels will look like on the edge. Sometimes this is good, especially if you're trying to crop something outside the edge and you wanted to see where the white area space is. The final thing to consider is whether you want to delete your cropped pixels or not, and that's what this checkbox allows you to do. Remember, whenever you're cropping, you're not necessarily changing the size of it, you're just changing the size of the artboard that you're working on, your canvas size. If you choose to delete the cropped pixels, everything that's outside this area will be automatically deleted and your canvas size will be resized. If you leave it unchecked, your canvas size will still be changed and your image will be cropped, but you'll be keeping all of the pixels on the outside. You can then use your move tool to move it around and readjust it. As with all the other ones, you can either hit the enter key or the escape key to commit or not commit to any of the changes that you've created.